Hey everybody, John Henderson here, the Beer Ramble, back again with you. Another beer rambling edition. Today we're looking at Pabst Blue Ribbon Easy, low calorie beer, or a American light lager, one or the other. I think there's not that many reviews of this beer yet. I know Jay and someone else did one recently, Ronald J. Terry, of course, Louisiana Beer Reviews, and I think there was someone else also did a review of this, and now me, the Beer Ramble, Jean Pierre. Picked this up at the hookup store. Um, my hookup store here in Mobile. I bought another can. Paid $1.20, no, about $1.15 for the beer for this tall boy right here. Might be a little bit high, but you know. Of course, we all know Pabst Blue Ribbon, the PBR brand. Of course, 1844. Pabst Blue Ribbon, of course. There is a Pabst Blue Ribbon light beer out there and an ice, but we don't get any of those two at all for whatever the reason. We just only get regular PBR, and of course, there was the Pabst Blue Ribbon American Pale Ale, APA, and that I think is still doing well sales wise, but you know, now some places I go to, I see it at one store. Then another store I go to, I don't see it there. So, okay, whatever, you know, it is how it goes. So, I think if I'm correct, I don't know. Like I said, I saw it at my hookup store, you know, and I bought bought the can. I didn't think there was anything much to it. Like I said, for the price of it, and I haven't seen it in any other stores yet. I know Jay mentioned this arrived in Louisiana, so hopefully we'll go throughout much of the southeast region and pretty much, you know, I think someone else said it is up in the northeast, I believe. So, you know, we'll go figure on that. But anyway, this is what the beer looks like. 3.8. The Pabst Blue Ribbon Light, as I mentioned, is 4.19%. Let's round it off. 4.2%. And of course, PBR original Pabst Blue Ribbon is 4.7%. So, a very enjoyable, very hoppy lager that beer is. Pabst Blue Ribbon Light, again, I have not had, nor have I had Pabst Blue Ribbon Ice. And then I think there's another Pabst Blue Ribbon Extra Strong beer, which is 5.9%. Now, could be an ice beer, I don't know. Or at high gravity lager, I don't know. So here's what the beer looks like. Looks like your standard lager. I've been drinking a lot of light lagers recently, and I have some a little cooler here. My MB Light. You know, this is one of the standbys that I tend to drink a lot of. Milwaukee's Best Light, but yeah. So the light beers, of course, we know the history of these beers. Came out, created in the '60s, late '60s or late '60s, early '70s. People who love beer, but kind of were very. This was the whole health movement, looking to kind of make sure they didn't want to pack on any extra pounds, calories, all that other nonsense. So these scientists, I'm trying to think of what escapes me right now, but created a beer formula where, you know, the alcohol would be somehow reduced, limited in these beers. First beer came out was Miller Lite in 1975. And a couple of test runs, a couple of places, then Daniel went, oof, exploded throughout the country, and of course, Schlitz Light, Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company now. Schlitz were bought out by Pabst in 1999. Excuse me, I should say that back. Stroh's had bought out Schlitz, and then Pabst Brewing Company brought out Stroh's and all their assets, brands, and portfolio beers in 1999. I think Stroh's bought out Schlitz in 1982, if I'm correct. So, yeah, Schlitz Light, of course, Natural Light came out in 1977. Of course, the famous commercials by Anheuser-Busch InBev. Natural Light, Anheuser-Busch InBev, Busch Natural Light. That did very well. Then Coors Light 1978, Genesee Light, and also that same time. And then Bud Light came out in 1982. So right now, then Busch Light in 1989, Busch. Old Milwaukee Light, I think, also came out in 84, I believe. Old Milwaukee Light. I know Milwaukee's Best Light came out that same year, too. Milwaukee's Best Gentleman there. And High Life Light, Miller High Life Light came out in 1986. As I mentioned, Busch Light 1989, Keystone Light 1989 as well. And now here we are. So has the sense of the most typical lager, It smells something like PBR. Low cal beer, I mean, kind of scratching my head, why do a low cal beer? You already got another light beer, on your portfolio, your Pabst, And if you're some of the brands that you have on your stable, like Old Milwaukee Light. We used to get Old Milwaukee Light here. I think the last we saw it was 2016. Came back, came, left, came, left, came, left. It's one of those things. So not much smell to this. It has that sort of easy, a little beer smell, barley, malt, water, hops. Water don't smell, but barley, malt, corn, maybe some hops in this, or some rice, possibly. Ooh, I spilled it. 3.8%. This beer is. Old Milwaukee Light is 3.9%. Keystone, Milwaukee's Genesee Light. Genesee Light. If I think I may have said some other brand, but Genesee Light came out 78. That's 3.8%. Now they say it could be based on volume, that the actual ABV is, higher, maybe 4.0, whatever. Some companies will do that. It will be, that way. Hey, maybe it's 4, maybe it's a couple of 8, maybe it's 5. Maybe it's, could be 4, but we'll round it off. It's 3.9, but we'll round up to 4.1 or whatever. So anyway, again, this is kind of flavorless beer in my opinion. Man, again, if you want one of these beers that it's easily crushed, a lot of them, because of the lower ABV, and if you're eating, foods like what I'm about to eat right now, I'm about to eat a slice of pizza. Excuse me, I'm sorry, not pizza. I'm about to eat a stromboli I picked up from a Italian restaurant, and I got another can of this. Now that would, it's one of those crushable. Give me 4 of these, I'm gonna be fine. Heck, I'll have 6. Knock them all back. Boom, boom, boom. I'll be okay. And that's what most of these light beers are. Is that if you're at a party and you're with friends, cook out. This is what these beers are for. Drink a lot, eat a lot, drink a lot, but I'm not gonna get effed up or torn out by drinking something like this. Compared to compared to drinking, say, Mickey's, um, or Colt 45, or Schlitz, Bull. The Schlitz Bull, the Bull. Here comes the Bull. This would be I wouldn't recommend crushing having 4 or 5 of those. I know that there will be some danger happening by doing that. But with this at 3.8%, I think you'll be fine. So, I mean, I don't really more to say on this. I mean, like I said, it's good. I don't say great, but so it was a score 3.21 out of 5 on Beer Advocate. Yeah, there were some ratings on this beer. So I got the ABV info on it. But again, the website, go to Pabst Blue Ribbon website or Pabst Brewing Company website. They show you the Pabst Blue Ribbon, but they don't show you all the other beers that they have. It's just they have all the other beers, but nothing in terms of this beer or their Pabst Blue Ribbon Light or the Pabst Blue Ribbon APA American Pale Ale. I haven't seen it. And I looked at it, this afternoon before I started doing this review. So easy drinking, refreshing. Again, the foods I mentioned: spicy foods, pizzas, burgers, hot dogs, chili dogs, chili fries. Something really spicy would go good with this. But it kind of has a very, to me, it's very flavorless in my opinion. But again, for someone like me, I do like light lagers. I think other light lagers are easily accessible that I can buy and get. Keystone Light, Busch Light, Natty Light, of course, Miller High Life Light, Milwaukee's Best Light, which is always a good buy for me. Genesee Light is a little bit much for me because 30 beers in a case, that's a bit high. That's a bit a lot of beer to drink. And I know that some of my people that I know, if I offer them, they'll drink it, but it's like, hey, I ain't going to buy this again. Got Bud Light. Bud Light I have nothing against. I think it's all right. Someone offer it to me, I'll buy it, but if I'm drinking it, I mean, if someone offering it to me, I'll drink it, but I'm not buying it. Hell no. So, all right, I'm going over here and rambling on. This is not a terrible beer, but it has some flavor, but not much to me. So I'm going to give this a B minus for this. As I see it. Again, I mentioned the food pairings you can have with this. Yeah, but it's, a whole hum light beer. So B minus, that would be 7.98, about there. So won't go higher than that. Sean Henderson Pierre, the beer rambles. Cheers. Live, laugh, and love, because that's what we have to do. Beer and love together. PBR. Easy.